Hello, hello, and happy Facebook Live time. Hopefully it's going to work correctly this time. Comment when you join in. My name is Melissa Kerman with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I've been a demonstrator for 19 years. I love the craft, and I love sharing it with others. So I have some crafting fun for you tonight, including a project that I mentioned some weeks ago that I would share if I had enough people purchase my Adhesives Essential Pack. Some of you may be familiar with what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you how to make decorate a canvas pouch. Hi, Julia. I'm so glad people are joining in. I just went live a minute ago and it didn't seem like it was working right. And I went sideways and oh my goodness, it all looked so weird. Hi, Pamela. Good to see you here. Yes, so I'm going to show that project, and then I also have some announcements, some of which are big announcements. You may have already heard about my big announcement, but I'm going to share that as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm so glad to see people commenting. Hi, Julia. So good to see you here. Thanks for commenting. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the big announcement, if you didn't hear, I posted it on social media, but of course, not everybody will see that post. I have been asking for support and help for earning the Norwegian Fjords Incentive Trip through Stampin' Up! And it's been weeks. It's been a long haul. I had a very steep hill to climb, and thanks to so many of you who watch me and purchase my products and are my customers and maybe even aren't my customers, fellow demonstrators, I earned the trip to the Norwegian Fjords. It's next May, so I'm super excited. I had many moments where I was ready to give up, like I didn't think it was going to happen, but a lot of you out there were cheering me on, and I just felt like it had to happen. And it did, so I'm super excited. Hi, Jennifer. I'm so glad to see you here. All right, so anyway, so that's like the big, huge announcement. Thank you for the congratulations. Hi, Linda. Yeah, so anyway, super excited about that. Now, I've got my work cut out for me because a lot of you bought classes. I had more attendance in some of my classes than I usually do, so getting materials out for those things, and a lot of you bought my Adhesives Essentials pack. Hi, Mary Beth, good to see you here. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. I'll catch your name on the replay. It's hard to go back and forth from my notes. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, lots of you bought the Adhesive Essentials pack, and I challenged you. I said if I sold 20 of them, that I would show how I decorated my pouch and my little linen tag that I put on it, and I showed you this. I'll show you it when I put the camera down. Well, I had an amazing response to that. I think I sold 49 of them. Oh my gosh, so much adhesive, huge boxes of adhesive coming to my house. It was kind of fun sorting through them, you know. And I'm going to try to remember to share another fun way to use adhesive that I discovered in the interim. I feel like I've been talking about adhesives for weeks. Yeah, very funny happenstance use for adhesive. And I will, please feel free to remind me. Hi, MJ. Hi, Jan. Wonderful. See people out there joining. Okay, so announcements for today. You know what the project is. I have the faux leather technique class coming up later this month, October 27th. It's 7 p.m. Eastern time. I do Zoom and Facebook, stream into a Facebook page, and there are still spots available for that. The deadline to sign up is the 16th of October. At this point, if you sign up for the product-based option, you will probably not have the materials in the mail before then, just because I'll have to order them, but that product-based option is still available. And there's also fee-based options as well. Those will all be in the links in the video description of today's video description. So yes, so you can look for details about that if you're interested. They're super awesome, cool projects. I am very excited to share them. Another thing that's coming up is the Maker's Mojo Creative Escape. Our autumn event is in 7 days, 8 days, something like that. So it starts next Friday, the 21st and 22nd. It's an online event. Super, super fun. I mean, I am in such good company with 4 other demonstrators who are so talented. I mean, it's actually intimidating. I'll just be honest with you. Their projects are so amazing. They've been showing them and sharing them. And our Facebook group for the event, the private Facebook group, is already live. We already have drawings going on in there for some of the prizes. So there are lots of prizes as well. The event is, like I said, live online, but you can participate by just watching afterwards and watching the replay. You don't even have to be on Facebook if you don't want to. You can get the materials by email. And it's 10 project presentations. We have one fun activity that's a new surprise activity that we'll be doing. Also, more on that in the welcome event, and in the Facebook group. We'll be sharing it in the Facebook group soon. And then you get PDFs for each of the 10 presentations. But it's not just 10 projects. It's, I think, you know, the count has been around 35 or more of different projects that you're going to see. And some of them are variations of the primary project, but it's a ton of great content. And of course, you get all the PDFs, tutorials, videos to use as long as you want. So the event is $45, but I will tell you there are a couple of ways to get this event for free. One of them is to refer friends to the event who actually sign up, because we're doing a referral drawing. And the winner will get the January 2023 Makers Mojo Creative Escape event for free. And it is cost $45 if you're paying for it. The other way that you can get the event for free is to join my team. So the first Makers Mojo for every new team member is free. So it's a great perk. And then once you're a team member, you have the opportunity to earn the subsequent events that happen. So it's not a huge high threshold in order to earn it. This time around, I think I have 23, 24 of my team members who've earned it. So that's super exciting. I know they all love it. So you join my team, you get that first event for free. You don't do anything else but join my team. So it's awesome. And not only that, but there's an amazing starter kit special going on right now. So the starter kit is $99 and you get $155 worth of product, right? So that's $56 worth of free product, plus a free paper pumpkin kit, free shipping, 20% discount on future orders. It's an amazing deal. So with accounting for the fact that you get Makers Mojo, it's basically you're spending $99 and you're getting $200 worth of, value, I should say, between the products, the $45 Makers Mojo event, and then all the other perks. Like, it is the best value, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't make sure that all my customers, friends in my world, team members, got the most value. So that's what I'm all about. So it's a great time to buy the starter kit, get the free Makers Mojo event, and all the other perks. So super, super awesome. There will be details, links in this video description, so you can check it out or just reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. No pressure. It's all about you, what works best for you. All right, so I'm going to face the camera down, and I'm going to show you what we got today. And let's see. And yeah, I'm going to show you my my funny adhesive thing too. Okay, so here we go. Switch me around. Okay, so here is the summary of all the things going on today. You got the host code if you plan to place an order, the dates for the Makers Mojo Creative Escape. And just by the way, we start the event on the 21st. We have a welcome event at 1 p.m. And then we have 3 presentations, project presentations, on the 21st. And then all day on Saturday from 9 a.m. to, 4:30-ish, plus our little bonus thing that's happening afterwards. I'm going to keep, that's a secret, but you'll find out if you're in the group soon. All right, and then there's the details about the starter kit special. And of course, share this post, this video, tag friends, follow and like my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Is so appreciated. So those are the quick little summary details. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the little adhesive thing before I forget. Okay, so this is a way that you never would have imagined you could use your adhesives. So this week, one of my, a piece fell off of my glasses. And I was traveling to Boston, so I had to travel to Boston with broken glasses. This is the piece that fell off. Fortunately, I found it the day I got back. I haven't managed to fix it yet to make it right. So now you're wondering, what the heck? Adhesive. So I had to get creative. So on my glasses, do you see what's there? It's a little tiny mini black dimensional. It's a nice little foamy thing, right? Because otherwise the piece is like metal in there, and it was boring into the bridge of my nose. So who would have guessed, right? That has got to be the strangest, most unusual way to use it, the Stampin' Up! Adhesives, don't you think? Anyway, comment and let me know what you think. And do you have a strange way that you've used adhesive that you never would have expected you had to use? Anyway, I just crack myself up sometimes. But, you know, sometimes you have to get creative, right? All right, so this is my Adhesives Essential Pack that I made. Now, I decorated the canvas. If you get one in the mail, if you purchased an Adhesives Essential Pack, yours is going to be white. It'll have a colored or some other color zipper. Some are vanilla and some are black, but they're all different colors. And then I decorated this tag. Now, if you saw my post mentioning today's Facebook Live, you probably saw a picture of my mom, my sweet mom. So I went and visited my mom this past weekend. I was there for 5 days, and I got her playing with me. Yeah, I thought it was pretty inventive. I actually used white dimensionals to start with, and it showed up a little bit more than I wanted. And it's like, oh, I should use black because that little piece has a little piece of black in it anyway. So yes, it worked. It created the cushion that I needed so that I wasn't boring a hole in my nose bridge. All right, so anyway, played with my mom, and the cutest picture in the email I sent of my mom and me playing with what I'm going to show you tonight. Now, what I'm going to actually start with is, well, let's show you a couple other quick things before we start the project. So I just got these kits recently, and I wanted to show you because I actually had a ton of fun playing with this kit. And you guys probably know I don't buy kits very often, but I had one day I was kind of struggling with getting creative, and I had this kit, so I decided to make it, and it was super easy. So it's 3 styles of tags. This one with the little deer, and this one with the star, and this one with the tree. They're really big, right? You can see how big they are relative to my hand. And on the back side, there's a little pocket for a gift card. So just super cute, and this was really easy to put together. I had so much fun making these 3, and there's also the stamp set goes with it. So you do a little bit of stamping, and it has a Stampin' Spot and also a block in there. So it's all inclusive. They even have a little thing of dimensionals and a little thing of glue dots that you pull off. And then there's some little extra pieces in there. And I'm envisioning that it might be fun to make a tag with the pieces that I pulled out of the center of the top piece of each one of those. So there's 9 tags that come in this. Super cool little kit. If you're looking for something for your gift cards for the holiday season, it's a great kit, and also a great gift for somebody too. So I also bought another kit. If you guys, anybody out there that's demonstrators, you love the tag kit, Julia. Have you purchased it? Are you going to purchase it? It's a great one. So the other kit that just came out is this birthday card organizer. Anything organizer like, I just love. So this is a really beautiful project, and I haven't made any of it. I just got it within the last few days, but it's pretty big. I don't know if you can tell. But so my side, my hand, you can sort of see. It's about... let's put it sideways and you can see. Yeah, so like, I don't know, hand and a half. It's, what did somebody say, 8 by 10, is it? 8 by 10. Beautiful patterns on the front, and pockets, and of course a place to write the birthdays, and it's, I think 6 pockets. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 in the back. So something that you can decorate. And then in the kit, you get the cards. The cards are actually... You know, if you look at the pictures, in my mind, there's the feminine ones and the masculine neutral ones, right? So I'm envisioning that these would be fun to kind of step up a little bit and make them my own. And I would have, I think it's 12. Is it 12 or 10? I can't remember how many cards are in here. It's either 12 or 10. I could just count. Yeah, 12. There you go. 6 of each. So anyway, you get some little sequins, envelopes that coordinate. So super easy card making. And then some sentiments in different languages, if you feel so inclined. And the months of the year, so you can decorate the inside pages. And then some sentiments to go in there. Anyway, so I'm excited about this. Sometimes you just need something simple and easy that you don't have to think about too much. Yes, and Julia, I don't usually buy kits either. But what sold me, number one, is that it's an organizing-oriented one, and I need to get better about sending birthday cards. And the other is that I had so much fun with that tag kit. And you know what? One other thing that I thought of when I was looking at this was, let's see, where is it? So these pieces are the die cut pieces that you poke out and you use. But I could totally see coloring that flower and kind of embellishing it a little bit, putting some Wink of Stella on it, just kind of jazzing it up to make it my own. So those are my thoughts on that kit. Comment if that looks interesting to you, if you could see it as a nice gift to give to somebody. Super easy, even for a non-crafter to make. Oh, you hope I'll have some alternative cards? Well, I will consider that a challenge. I almost thought of asking you guys if you wanted me to do it, so I guess I didn't need to ask. Maybe that'll be a subject of a Facebook Live. We will take that kit and jazz up those cards to make them into something a little fancier. All right, so what we're going to start with for the project tonight. Now, I am not going to lie to you. I am no expert at doing this sort of the first thing that I'm going to do. And I'll tell you how I did it the first time. I'm going to make it a little bit different this time around. It's going to be a little messy. So I got a towel handy. What we're going to do first is we're going to add a little bit of color to my canvas pouch, okay? So this is the canvas pouch. It's got some thickness to the bottom, right there. So you can see the one that's already made and decorated, there's the thickness with all the adhesives in the inside. And I've, of course, used some of that lovely metallic woven ribbon, the in-color ribbon. So the first time I did this, I used a paintbrush with just some of the inks and water. So we're going to do that in what I think will be a slightly quicker way. And I have this basin here with just a little bit of water in it. Now, I am going to say that this is not going to be waterproof, okay? Like I said, I'm no expert in doing this. I just, play. So I've got some garden green ink here, and I'm just going to add enough in here to be able to get some color happening. And I'm going to use this paintbrush that I have to swirl it around. And might not be enough color in there, but we'll just see and add more as it goes. Now I'm going to put this in another basin because I'm anticipating a mess. Actually, let's see. I'm going to grab one more thing. I'll be right back. I have this great plastic surface that I'm going to put down underneath just in case I need it, so it doesn't make my work surface all wet. This is the messy part. The other part we're going to do isn't so messy. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add some more color in there already because it doesn't seem very dark, and it's going to be fairly diluted, I think, once I put my canvas in there. Hi, Wendy. So good to see you here. I'm glad you made it. Okay, so here you go. This is me doing I'm just going to do this, like it doesn't have to be fancy. Now, I don't expect my pouch to be you know, getting wet anytime. Why would it get wet? We keep wet away from our crafts, right? So I figured this would be a really easy way to get my first bit of color on there. All right, so now, this is why I wanted my basin underneath. Because I'm just gonna move this aside, put that down, and then let's add some more color just because it's fun. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna grab, you know, one of these little palettes. So this, I think this will hold a little bit less water, so I'm gonna do this one. This is actually just a recycled accessory holder of some kind. And I'm gonna put some water in that. And then I've got some other colors to play with. And I think what I want to play with is my Tahitian Tide. I love the Tahitian Tide. One of my new favorite colors. So now this is a whole lot less water relative to how many drops of ink I got in there. So now I'm just going to mix that around. Probably need more color in there. Definitely need more color in there. So here it is. So when I did my original one, I used yellow, and then I added green, but I painted it all on instead of doing that first coat and immersing it. I might need a darker color here so that it shows up. So I have some Pacific Point nearby. So you can see this is very, you know, this is not a very controlled thing. It's not a very exacting thing. Just getting some color on my pouch. Okay, so now I just grab my Pacific Point so I have a darker blue. I'm sure there's a different way to do this. It's better, but this is what we're doing. And I definitely need some darker green at the top. So it's going to dry looking different too, right? It's not going to, the colors will kind of move around a little bit. So I wanted the bottom to be kind of a different color. And then it's going to take like forever to dry. So you guys aren't going to see the dried version until maybe it goes onto my blog. So there we go. It'll look better when it's dry, I promise. So there's just, that's it, right? Super, just simple, straight up, not complicated. I'm sure somebody out there knows how to make it more permanent. I thought about spraying it with alcohol, thought that might work, but didn't really play with it. Just kind of, you know, wanted my color on there and be done with it. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put that aside. I will allow that to dry. I take a picture of it. You know, I might add a little more blue or somewhere else. Or I might stamp on it too, which would be really fun. I'm going to show you some of that when we do the tag. Okay, so let's move on to a slightly less messy thing. And this is the thing that I was doing with my mom in the picture, if you saw the picture. Super fun. And I have made a bunch of these because, right, I need 49 pouches. So I need 49 gorgeous fun tags. So I'm going to show you how I made my tags. So I've got some that I haven't done yet. And I've die cut these using the tailor-made dies. Okay, I love these. Super fun, different sizes. I've used a variety of sizes, some of the big ones, and these are the medium size. This is the second size down that I'm using for the ones I'm showing today. All right, so we're gonna do two versions of this, and we're using Blends alcohol markers. I love my blends. I don't know that I've ever used them as much as for this set of tags. So yes, the canvas, it's linen paper. And you can color it in a lot of different ways. And I've done some a variety of ways since we've had this paper. It's one of those things, it's a specialty paper, and I hope it'll stick around, but sometimes these sorts of things go away. All right, so I've got 3 colors here. My Orchid Oasis, these are all in colors. And I'm just gonna start by adding some color. I've got my dark and my light. And I'm using the edge of my marker so that I don't, fray the tip quite as quickly. Okay, so we got 2 colors. Now I'm going to bring in my Tahitian Tide. This goes on very easily, smoothly. It's almost like coloring ribbon, right? And I'm just doing bands of color. And you can do different patterns if you want. I decided to just do bands of color, but I'll show you some of the other ones I did too in a bit. This is one of my favorite color combinations for what I did here. Okay, so I got my first bit of color on there, and now I'm going to do some overlapping of the colors. This is where I'm going to do some blending. So now I've got my dark, that's actually my light, pretty, what is it called, Parakeet Party. And I just went over where the 2 colors met, and then I'm going to go over that little area again with the light Tahitian Tide. You can see I'm creating a different color there. It's like a darker green in there, which makes it kind of start blending and looking super pretty. Let's blend up here a little bit with the dark and with the light. Each additional layer of ink that you put on gives you deeper color. So now I'm going over where the blue, the Tahitian Tide, and the light Orchid Oasis meet. You can see the colors changing there a little bit. Let's bring that up to the camera so you can see how pretty it is. And then let's do the light Orchid to go over that. And then we'll deepen the color at the tip again. So again, each added layer gives you more depth of color, helps you blend the colors. And then you can also use your, where'd it go? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. You can use your color lifter if you want to add a little bit of lightness anywhere or help blend where the 2 colors meet. A little bit more. This just gives it more texture too. So there's my fun little tag. Cool, right? Okay, let's do one other color. Combination, I should say. Just for fun. This one is a fun one too. And let's do the squared off one. All right, so now we're gonna do, this combination is Polished Pink, and I can't help but think about my friend Anne-Marie Heil, one of my fellow Makers Mojo friends, fellow presenters. She loves pink. Polished Pink, I think, is one of her favorites. Anne-Marie, are you out there watching? I think I'll never think of pink quite the same. She is the pink girl. Okay, so now the next color I'm working with is Fresh Freesia. This is one of the, what year? It's one of the in colors that will retire in May of 2023. Fresh Freesia. Okay. So that's the dark. And now we're going to do the light, because we're going into our lightest color, which is the pale papaya next. I think my favorite part of this process is when you start going over the layers and you blend. Of course, they're blends alcohol markers, so of course that would be the most fun part. So I want you to comment if you have played with this linen paper. Curious how many people have discovered it in the catalog and had a chance to play with it. I actually shared a project in Maker's Mojo with this linen paper a couple times ago. And I did other things too. That wasn't the main focus, but I did one variation with the linen paper. It's very fun. Okay, so there's my discrete bands. You could leave it that way if you want, but this is, of course, blending. So let's just blend. So I've got my light overlapping with the dark there. And then let's bring my dark in to overlap with the fresh freesia. And my light freesia to overlap with the dark freesia. Okay. So it just kind of changes the whole thing when you do this blending. It goes on so easily. Where's my light? Oh, there it is. Nolan paper experience, Julia? You haven't tried it? Oh, I think you're going to like it after I finish showing you. Yeah. Okay, so let me get some of that light Anne-Marie color. Polished pink. And let's get some of the dark polished pink at the tip. Notice this color in here just turned into a whole different color with the blending. I love that. I want more of that dark. It's the mix of the fresh freesia with the pale papaya. Pale papaya is one of the in colors, excuse me, from the same set. That's the right color? Or am I doing? Nope, I'm doing polished pink where I should be doing this one. All right. Am I done? I think I need a little bit more over here. Anyway, you could fiddle with this for a long time, as I'm sure you can tell. I've got, whatever, 49 tags to make, so I've played a lot. Isn't that fun? I think it's so fun. And there's my other part of the rainbow. Okay, so next up, what I did with these is I'm going to attach them to a base. Now, I did some on white cardstock. I did some where I took colored cardstock. If you do colored cardstock, you are less likely to see it around the edges. But I'm going to do white now, and I'll show you what the fix is if it shows. So if you didn't know, let's do the drier one. This linen paper has adhesive on the back, okay? So it peels away. If you can get your fingernails in there. I just cut my nails so they're short. So it's adhesive in the back. It's literally like fabric, right? And I'm just going to start on one end, and because it's basically fabric, you can kind of stretch it if you need to, but I only pull off the very end so that I can control the placement of my linen. So I'm pulling it off as I lay it down. There we go. So now you can see that there's a little bit of a white edge there that you kind of see at the edge. Oh, you sent the Christmas tag kit to a friend? Wonderful. Oh, in the 3rd grade for her birthday. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, let's see. What's the rest of your comment? You used the Get Crafty tag. Oh, I sent. Oh, good. You already got it. Wonderful. As a greeting for her. Oh, wonderful. That's so fun, Laura Lee. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So then I would do the same process to attach that one, but you don't need to see me do twice. And then what I'm going to do is just touch up the edges a little bit with my alcohol markers, just going along the edge there so that the white doesn't show. And I'm going to put the coordinating colors where the edge. So I'm just putting the green, the parakeet party where the green is. And then we'll do some Tahitian tide where the blue is. Okay. And then I just need my Orchid Oasis along those edges. So then you really can't see the white. So it's a nice little fix. On some of them I did, like I said, a colored background, and and then it was just a solid color, but obviously you're just using one color. This way you get you get all the colors that coordinate around the edge. So anyway, so there's the tag. Now, on my original one, the one here, I actually heat embossed. So I stamped with Versamark and then literally heat embossed with white embossing powder. It kind of absorbs into the linen. It's not raised and shiny the way it is when you do it on cardstock, but it's a great way to get words onto your piece. Now, what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to use my Memento ink, because the stamp set I'm going to play with here is, not that, I'm doing my sentiment with this Alphabest. So I took my blocks, grabbed all the individual letters, and I'm missing a letter there, do you notice? There's only one T, so my T is in the get. So I'm going to have to borrow it, so to speak. But this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to stamp my Crafty first. And again, this isn't going to get wet, so I feel fine about doing it with a Memento. If I had a red rubber stamps, then I would probably use my StazOn, because it's definitely more permanent. But this works as well, since it's not likely going to get wet, right? So I've got my Crafty. So now I'm just going to ink up just the T on here. So it's only the T. And then I'll just tuck that in between the other letters, if I can see. It's a little glary over here. Okay, let's see if I can get that. So none of the other letters are inked up. So that's why I'm going to do that one first. And then I can ink up the whole thing and put my get in the top left-hand corner. So there we go. Simple, easy peasy, right? Okay, now I'm going to do something else just because it's fun. So now I'm pulling in one of my favorite new sets, Graceful Tiles. Playing with that a bunch these days. I'm going to be showing some projects with that at Maker's Mojo as well. And I'm just going to take some of the images. Is that the one I wanted? Yeah, maybe I want a different one. I love that image, the one I just showed you. But we're going to use this one for the purposes of what I'm doing here. And I'm going to tuck some images in around the word just to dress it up a bit. So now you could, with your canvas bag, do exactly what I'm doing here with the stamps right on that canvas, whether it's colored or not. You could stamp images all over it just for fun. So I'm varying how much of that image is showing, just to keep it interesting. And there's my little Get Crafty. I think I need So this is so funny. It just makes me realize. Okay, so my Maker's Mojo teammates keep popping into my head because Audra Monk calls herself the crafty yogi. I love Audra. And she always, at the end of her videos, says, I think she says, "Stay crafty, my friends." And I think it's so cute. That's part of how I thought of get crafty for my tag. So the people that are around us, right, they influence us. So my Maker's Mojo teammates are influencing me. So let's show you a couple of other ones that I did just for fun. Showed a lot. I made a lot. So most of them aren't stamped yet. I still got to do that. So some with the straight lines, some bigger. There's another, that's actually the same color scheme as this one, just straight lines and angular. And I did, yeah, the yellows and the greens. So much fun. And I did this one with just the images, no Get Crafty. You could have the Get Crafty on the back or a to from or something like that. And let's see, and then of course there's this very large stack of all the different ones that I've done. Oh, there's one that's fun. I should show you that one. This one is that image that I especially love. That. So colored it and then did those images all over. So I am having fun with these tags. So who knows which one you'll get if you bought one of these Adhesive Essentials packs. It'll be a surprise. Now, I did experiment with some other methods, and I want to talk about that a little bit too. So I played around with, would there be a way to use, kind of to make my own alcohol ink and color it on with a with a water painter. So I did that and made some of these that were kind of fun and interesting. It presented some challenges. I'm going to explain that to you in just a minute. This one, I actually just took the Sweet Sorbet ink pad and just put it right over the top, inked it up that way, no other colors, and then sprayed it, and the ink just kind of moved around. So that was pretty cool. While I'm thinking of this, if you like what you're seeing, make sure to share this post. So this one was done in the way I described with, I made, took my palette, my ink palette, like watercolor palette. Where did I put that? The one that I used before. Oh, like something like this, right? Put a couple drops of ink in there, put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in there, and then use my water painter to color it on. And that's how this one came to be. I tried to recreate it, but had a hard time making it again. But I think that one turned out so cool. And then this one is done with the same kind of general method. This kind of, I don't know, kind of turned out to be a little bit of a mess, but you know, it's still kind of interesting. And there you go, there's some other ones. Now the thing that happened with all of these, that's kind of the downside of this method of kind of making your own alcohol ink, if you will, is that the linen sort of shrunk up a little bit. And so on all of them, I ended up having a little bit more edge showing, and I didn't really like that. It was really hard to get it to fit just perfectly on there, whereas when I used my Blends alcohol markers, it just fit. It was just all that it needed to be. So I prefer the Blends alcohol markers to the other method. So let's see. So that is what I have to share. I'm going to turn the camera around and finish up. All right. All righty. So what'd you think of that? Crazy inky fun. So when I was with my mom this past weekend, if you saw the picture, like I said, she had a lot of fun playing with the colors. I'm so glad we got to actually get a little bit of ink and out and a little bit of playing. It took a little while for her to get used to kind of how to do the blending and all that, but it was very fun. My mom's 93 years old, and yeah, kind of pretty lonely. It was a little hard, hard to be there, but to see her that way. But anyway, that's, I guess, one of the challenges of getting older. But it was so nice to be there with her for the 5 days and get to create a little bit with her. So anyway, if you are one of the 49 people who bought an Adhesive Essential pack, you may have gotten yours with your Lights Aglow class, because I've now shipped all of them. In fact, the last 2 went out. Robin and Mary Beth, if you're on here, you know who you are. Yours went out today. The other ones went out last week. And your Adhesive Essential Packs were in your package if you ordered one. Oh, you love how it turned out? I'm so glad, Sharon. You'll have to try some of that linen paper. It's a lot of fun to play with. So, and then the other Adhesive Essential Packs, my schedule is I think I'm gonna get them out next week. So I still have to finish all the tags. I'm gonna be doing some of that over the weekend, and then all the postage, and I'll get them in the mail. So they will be coming soon for all of you wonderful people who supported that effort by buying an Adhesives Essential Pack. All right, let's see what else. Oh yes, so just quick reminders. So don't forget about the faux leather technique class. The deadline is the 16th, which is this Sunday, to sign up. If you choose the product-based option, just know your kit won't probably arrive in time for you to actually do the class with me at the same time. You'll have to do the replay afterwards. You're welcome to watch the live. I just know the materials won't get to you on time. If you buy the fee-based option and you get a kit and you sign up by the 16th, then those materials will go out the middle of next week for that class. So let's see what else. So Maker's Mojo is next week, just 8 days until the event. If you register by the 20th, which is next Wednesday, you'll get entered in the 5 door prize drawings. If you register and sign up and get in the Facebook group like now, you'll have a bunch of other drawings that you can play, that you can be a part of. So we have play along posts going on right now in the Facebook group, in the event group. When people comment on them, they get entered into a drawing for each one of the posts, but they are time sensitive. So 2 of those posts have already closed, which means 2 of those drawings have already closed. So sign up soon if you are interested in joining us for Maker's Mojo. It's a ton of fun. And of course, you'll get it for free if you buy the starter kit. With me, of course. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Alrighty, so I will have a blog post with the information and products and details about what I showed today on my website on Saturday. The video will go live on YouTube on Saturday as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, yay, thank you for watching. Subscribe, tag, share, all those good things, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Appreciate it. And my next Facebook Live will be not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. I'm going back to my every other week schedule for Facebook Live. Next week is Maker's Mojo. I got a very full plate, I'm just saying, with that and other things. So yeah, I definitely can't do Facebook Live next week. But I will look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks or in the Maker's Mojo event. I hope I will see you there. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And whenever I see you, And as Audra says, stay crafty. I like that. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye-bye.